Hey, I'm Pete, singer from Punk Factory. We are heading over to Australia now our first show there is on the 21st of September. We're still in Brisbane, going to Melbourne, then Sydney. Um, we're going to come over, we're going to do our thing. We're going to play Disney, we're going to play TV themes, and everyone's going to have a good time. Tickets are still on sale, but they are selling fast. So if you want to come, you want to get them in quick.
Beautiful, brother. Thanks for joining us this evening.
How you doing, man? You okay?
Yeah, I'm fantastic, brother. Yourself?
Yeah, very well. Thank you, dude.
Good to hear. So, as you mentioned, Punk Rock Factory visit Australia for the first time ever this month, starting in Brisbane on September 21st, then going to Melbourne and finishing in Sydney on September 24th. So, the first question I got for you, brother, is why have you neglected us for so long?
Well, it's a big commitment for us. I mean, obviously, it's the other side of the world, and we got to make sure we sell some tickets. We don't want to turn up and play to no one. But no, it's been a big call for us to come to Australia for a while now. So it's something we've been building up to, and yeah, it's finally time. It's finally we're going to get there.
Hey.
Really excited.
Well, this one's a little bit off center, bro, but when packing for a tour like this so far from home, what are three non-essential items that you have to pack?
Non-essential.
Yeah.
Um. Oh wow. All I can think of is essentials. I mean, you guys will probably tell me that these aren't essential, but I need some sort of spider repellent because I don't deal with I don't deal with those very well. Um, so you could probably tell me more whether that's essential or not.
That's actually not even really. Do they sell spider repellent over there?
I'm sure I could find some, and
They
I'm
do.
definitely going to try.
They're ripping you off if they do, bro, because there's no such thing.
Brilliant. I'm gonna have to sleep in a giant box so nothing gets in.
They just drink lots of alcohol. Spiders hate alcohol.
Oh, perfect. And I love it. So there we go.
I remember
Easy.
my
I
mum
can
got
take that one.
my redback spider one. Our redbacks are one of our most poisonous spiders, and she liked to drink. And this spider, like we watched it,
Yeah.
bit her, and it walked away, from 10, 15 centimeters, and then died. Like it must have
Shit.
overdosed on alcohol in the blood. It was hilarious.
That's one. So is that a thing there then? Is it as bad as you think it is?
Not at all, bro. Like you'd be lucky if you saw one spider in a month in your house. You'd be lucky. Oh, they're not that prevalent at all, bro. And yeah, the chances of you being bitten by
Ah,
one, I've got more chance of getting a date than what you have of being bitten by a spider.
that's good enough for me, man. That puts me at ease.
Oh, cool. Man. So coming over here for the first time, man, like you do your research. Do you ask people who've been here before what to expect, or do you want to come over here cold?
We just love throwing ourselves into this stuff, man. Like we do what we do, and people seem to love us for it. So we just come over and do our thing and just throw ourselves into it as deep as we can.
So you don't really know what to expect from us, man. But on the flip side, we've got no idea what to expect from you either. So describe a typical punk rock factory live show to us.
Our shows it's all about fun. Everything we do is silly, it's funny. Like obviously the tracks that we do, it's all the kind of nostalgia stuff, so all TV stuff and guilty pleasures, stuff that people love but maybe don't admit. But we do it in a style that everyone loves. So our shows are always fun. They're always inclusive. Like we love playing like the club shows. So very much like the venues that we're going to be playing now over in Oz. Like they're going to be the smaller club shows, which we've kind of ended up doing bigger shows in the UK and Europe now. But to go back and play these club shows, we absolutely love it because it gives you that connection with the crowd. There's not that kind of big divide between the stage and the crowd, and everyone can get involved, and it's fun. It's a bit of a laugh. Everyone has a good time, and everyone goes away, after having having a great time.
Now, I hate comparing bands to other bands, and I'm sure you guys don't like it either. But for people in Australia that haven't heard of you before, would it be fair to say that you're similar to Me First and the Gimme Gimmes?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's pretty much the same kind of, it's the same kind of thing. Um, I would say they're probably a little bit more of the kind of old school punk feel to them, like the old skate punk stuff, whereas we're maybe a little bit more punk rock, pop punk. But they're all about fun. Their shows are always fun. And obviously they're punking up guilty pleasures as well. I guess so. Yeah, in that respect, yeah, very similar.
Yeah, and the only reason I bring that up, bro, is because they came out here about 6 months ago and pretty much sold out every show that they played. So if people know that's
Oh, did they?
Like it could help.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if that's going to help, yeah, absolutely.
So for those unfamiliar with Punk Rock Factory, mate, you are, like, as the name suggests, you're a punk band who cover everything from Meatloaf to Disney songs to John Farnham. Like, is that the best way to describe
Yeah,
it?
I would say so. I would say so. Yeah, like any no song is off the table for us. So like I said, guilty pleasures. Like you said, anything from sort of Meatloaf to Disney to your favorite TV theme tunes from when you were a kid, things like Gummy Bears and Captain Planet and stuff like that. It's nothing's off the table. So yeah, whatever. Well, there's a little bit of something for everyone, I think.
When you say, like, everything's on the table, like, how would you go? Would you attempt something like, say, some of the harder metal bands like Slipknot or Pantera or something like that? Would you attempt to pump those songs up, or would they be a bit too difficult?
Well, it's funny. It's funny you say that. We did release an album a year or so ago, which was the kind of early 2000s kind of scene songs, so things like Papa Roach and Fall Out Boy and Bowling for Soup. But we 100% we have been discussing recently that we would like to take things from the heavier side of things. So, like you say, things like Slipknot, maybe Metallica, things like that, and translate them into a sort of pop punk song. I'm quite for the challenge of changing a vocal from something which is quite aggressive and doughty in something melodic and more to the punk rock vibe. So that is actually something that we've been talking about recently. So yeah, 100%. That's something that we're looking forward to doing.
Oh, I think that'd be interesting, really interesting. So,
Yeah,
your 2020 album, A Whole New Wust, which focused, or worst Wust, how do you say it, which focused on Disney songs, really introduced you guys to the world, mate. Like, were you surprised that it was your album of Disney songs that was the one that got you noticed?
the Disney thing took us completely by surprise, man. Like when COVID hit back in 2020, we were working from home. Obviously, no one was going anywhere, so we were all doing bits and bobs from home, and we had done a cover of "Just Can't Wait to Be King" from The Lion King, and we posted it on TikTok. And obviously everyone was at home. Nobody had anything to do. Everyone was on TikTok and everyone was on their phones, and it went bonkers. It went absolutely wild, and we thought, well, maybe there's something in us doing some Disney stuff. So we came up with the idea to chuck a few Disney tracks together, which kind of then snowballed and spiraled into let's do a full Disney album. And because everyone was kind of at home and not anything, including every musician in the world, we ended up contacting a few people who were more than up for jumping on as guests on the album. We ended up with almost an album full of guest vocalists. So yeah, it worked really well. The Disney stuff took us by surprise, and that was the kind of catalyst for everything for us. Really, it kind of catapulted us right into the thick of it.
Do you often have parents come up to you thanking you, bro? Like, I've been trying to get my daughters. I got a 7 and a 9-year-old. I've been trying to get them into metal and punk for years, but they won't have a bar of it. But when I had to listen to "Let It Go" before from Frozen, and it's like, I've got you little fuckers now. Like, you get many parents come up and sort of go, "Thank you for helping introduce our children to this music that they probably wouldn't listen to otherwise."
All the time, man. We get it a lot, and that's one of the really humbling things for us. That's like when we're playing festivals and we're playing, we're on tour. The amount of people who are kind of our age, kind of mid to late 30s, early 40s, that are coming up to us and really thanking us. They're so appreciative that they've kind of ended up being with it on a different level through music and finding that middle ground that they love and they love. So it happens a lot, and it's amazing. We love that. Absolutely love it.
So what's your actual selection criteria when it comes to picking songs to cover? Like, do you hear something on the radio and go, fuck, that'd be all right to have a crack at? Or do you just sit around and go through your old catalogs? Like, how do you sort it?
Well, we're quite analytical. We're always looking at stats. We're very statistic driven. You know, like things like if there's something, for example, that's going viral, whether it's Lewis Capaldi or Justin Bieber or Taylor Swift, you know, if there's these songs that are popping off on whether it's on TikTok or Instagram or whether it's just huge in the charts, you know, then we'll take a look down that route. But then also when it comes to things like we've obviously done the musicals tracks, we've done the Disney tracks. When it comes to selecting a kind of album's worth of tracks, we look at which ones are the most popular from within those films or within those genres, and which are getting streamed the most and things like that. Yeah, we always look at the big hits and what people, you know, which songs people are actually listening to and which people actually will hear, you know.
These are actually intelligent punk rockers.
Yeah, we do try. We do try.
You're ruining the whole genre now, mate.
I know, man. I know.
You guys are also a very DIY band, like doing everything from rehearsing to writing, recording, mixing, and filming in your own studio, the Sausage Factory. Now, firstly, bro, do you know what a sausage factory is in Australia? No, or think of a part of the male anatomy that would slightly resemble a sausage.
Yeah.
Well, if you're at a sausage factory or a sausage fest, it means there's a lot more of that there than what there is of the other.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I get that. Yeah.
Is that why you named it that, or do you all butchers in their time?
It wasn't. You know what? The whole sausage thing. It was such a random thing, and how it came about. It was basically on a track that we did very early on in what we were doing, and we changed one of the words to something about being a silly sausage, as in being a bit of a plonker, yeah. And you know, and then all of a sudden this kind of sausage thing just stuck. People kind of picked up on it, and then it kind of became a bit of a thing that we tried to shoehorn the word sausage into every track we did, which is why, you know, some of our albums have got the word worst in them, like a German sausage. So yeah, that's kind of where it came from, and then the studio just became the Sausage Factory then, because that's, you know, just how it came about. It's yeah. That's where that came from. But yeah, as you say, we are very DIY. We do everything ourselves when it comes to writing, recording, engineering, mixing, mastering, rehearsing. We build all our own rigs for when we're touring. Our drummer deals with all our marketing and our socials. His partner, she does all our photography and our videos and stuff. So it's very, very small team, and you know, we're very DIY.
So after you leave Australia, mate, you head back overseas for a massive European tour, starting in Bristol on October 19th and finishing in Cologne on December 10th. Like, you're probably going to need some cologne by the time you finish that, man. But it's a massive run of shows. Like, does your booking agent not like you, man? Like, that's torturous.
So we again, the DIY thing. All this is booked ourselves. We do all this ourselves. We got our manager, who's a close friend of ours, and he deals with all that and books everything for us. We got. I mean, the way we've worked it is that we're doing the UK run, which, like you said, starts in Bristol on the 19th of October, and then finishes on the 4th of November. That we've then got just under 2 weeks then at home. With the families before we then go back out and do mainland Europe, which starts on the 23rd of November. We get her, I think the last show is at the 10th, I think, or the 11th. The 10th is the last show. 10th of December then, and then we're home for Christmas. So yeah, it is a lot of shows, but we've kind of got that 2 week break in the middle where we can come home and gather ourselves and see the family, and then head back out for a couple of weeks then before we come home for Christmas. I mean, it's never going to be, we're going to be doing this all year. We like to do it for a month or two, and do a little bits in between and festival season and stuff. But yeah, we do like to break it up and have a bit of a gap.
Now, before I let you go, mate, I've started 3 new Spotify playlists through Heavy based on songs from artists that we speak to. So using your own songs that are covered of other songs, of course, but using the songs that you've covered, I want a song for a playlist to get the party started, one for a playlist to save your marriage, and the other for a playlist to end your marriage.
Oh, wow. That is a really great question. Wow. So what was the first one again? To get the party started.
Party started, yeah.
Right. I mean, we do open our set with our version of The Greatest Show, which is off the first album.
Yeah.
And that's an absolute belter. It used to be such a great set opener. That really did kick things off. So I'd go with that. I'd go with The Greatest Show to get the party started. Remind me of the other two again, dude.
One to save your marriage.
Yeah. One to save. Oh, wow. I'd have to say, Let It Go. Because when you're arguing with your missus, that's all you want to say, right? Just let it go. Like, it's fine.
Maybe in a few more words than that, but yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down. All right, well, one to end your marriage then, when you don't want it.
End the marriage. Do you know what? I'm going to take one off our first album again, and I'm going to say our version of Man in Motion, because that Man in Motion is leaving. He is out the door, like.
Oh, brother, absolute pleasure speaking with you, mate. Punk Rock Factory in Australia from September the 21st. Thanks very much for your time tonight, brother. I live in Brisbane, so I'll be coming along to the September 21st show, and I want to get drunk with you.
Perfect, man. Yeah, get the beers in.
All right, I'll pop down. Can I pop down in the afternoon for sound check and say hello?
Yeah, of course, can, dude. Of course.
Wait, that's bro. All right, I shall see you then, mate. Thanks for your time, bro, and yeah, see you in a couple of weeks.
Nice one, dude. Lovely. Thank you so much, brother.
My pleasure, mate. See you soon.
See you soon, dude. Bye.
Bye-bye.